Hey guys, Claire here. Now I've already edited my video to upload this morning, only to wake up to fabulous new photos of Megan spotted in Montecito wearing that gorgeous caramel Max Mara coat, just out and about doing her own thing. So it's always great to see her. Also, got to see a little sneak peek of Harry and his friend Nacho playing a friendly game to unwind for today's Santa Ballet Polo, and also got a few video snippets and photos of today's polo match. So I'm going to include that in this introduction, and then I'm going to carry on with my video that was edited for today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. Now, Suits is still breaking some extremely incredible streaming records on Netflix and Peacock, so wow, well done. Now, I know that Suits is great, and I'm excited for its success, but I really had no idea that it would have this much staying power, but hey, when you got it, you got it. Now, this week it was announced that Archwell Productions and Netflix will be creating an adaptation of the book Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. And you know, I have already ordered my book. I will be reading it this weekend. Now, this week was pretty heavy on the Prince Harry sightings, and I love that for us. Now, Harry was seen giving a quick talk to the upcoming Invictus Games participants. Never forget that next month, the Invictus Games will be taking place in Germany, and it was also announced that Rita Ora will be giving the closing performance. Also, it was revealed a while back that Meghan will also be taking part in the closing ceremony. I'm so excited for this year's Invictus Games and the performances, and of course to see all of the amazing men and women from so many different teams across the world competing. And also, meanwhile, the Commonwealth Games is struggling to even find a venue. But we're gonna ignore that and not be like too shady. But I'm just saying, Invictus Games is thriving. Commonwealth Games, girl, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. What I have noticed is a lot of the participants, the countries of the teams that will be participating in the Invictus Games have really shown up and shown out for their Invictus Game teams, and I love that. It's wonderful, and that's one of the things that I really like about the Invictus Games is that there is a spirit that it has an essence that is so warm, it's so inviting, and it's not just about the veterans, it's also about the veterans and their families. And that puts it a touch above the rest. Now, Harry and Nacho was also in Tokyo this week for the ISPS Honda Sports Summit. The room was packed, and Harry received such a nice, warm welcome from the people of Tokyo, not just there at the summit, but when he was at the airport. Someone had shown that there was this lady who was there, just being so excited to see Harry, like being such a huge fan. Now, Harry looked relaxed and happy, and also the deets for the things that he was wearing was a little bit shocking to me. He wasn't wearing Dior for this trip. Oh no, he was wearing Giorgio Armani. That fabulous blazer that he was wearing, the black shirt was also from Giorgio Armani, and I believe his shoes was from Vince. So gone are the days of TK Maxx clearance sales. He's dressed to impress. Now, while Harry was in Tokyo, he also got to meet the Stellenbosch University choir, had a little chat, did a little group hug and selfie. And I've been seeing a lot of people on social media just saying, man, oh man, between the video of Harry talking to the Invictus Games participants and just seeing him in the summit in Tokyo and seeing him interact with the university choir. He is so warm and inviting and so very different to, his family members. And that's the thing that always sort of sets Harry apart. I feel like there is a certain sense of warmth and heart that comes from his interactions, that comes from his words. It's very much reminds me of his mother. And again, this is just one of the many times that I will continue to say not the UK press, the palace, Harry's father in particular, has really screwed the pooch with letting Harry and Meghan go. Anyone with common sense who was not ruled by ego and pride would understand that Harry and Meghan was most certainly an asset. And if you had half a brain, you would know to use your assets as opposed to, crapping on them and expecting them to stay and take the abuse. What an oversight. Also, there was this weird article about William being, most popular in the US. Like, there's so many different variations of this story, all lauding upon Prince William. And it's interesting to see so many people on social media and also some in the UK press sort of like call out the BS when it relates to that story and that poll. I'm so tired of polls when it comes to the British royal family. It's exhausting. Why are they so obsessed with popularity?
Have you heard the good news? Prince William is America's most popular public figure. According to a new poll, he is most likely to unite the US. Before we go any further, this is the list. I am not surprised that Prince William is more popular than Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, Mike Pence, Putin. Let's do a little media literacy 101. We're going to look at a little of what has been said in the UK media and then look at the actual poll. It opens up with the Prince of Wales has been revealed as the United States' most popular public figure. This isn't entirely correct. What the poll actually showed is out of 15 people, the guy that's supposed to be apolitical was the most popular. And it was on a list that was overwhelmingly either conservative or liberal individuals. Over to the Daily Express, which tells us that not only is Prince William the most popular, but he can unite the US. Y'all, I don't know what in the QAnon this is, but anyway, I'm going to give credit to the Daily Express. They linked to the Gallup poll right at the top. Media literacy girlies love to see it. Before we move on to Gallup, Houston, we have a problem. Prince William has come out on top in a poll conducted to find the world leader that most Americans from both ends of the political spectrum can agree on. Technically, yes, Prince William was the most popular among world leaders, but the list is overwhelmingly not world leaders. Chief Justice Roberts is not a world leader. Neither is Jill Biden. She's married to one. This statement is misleading, but let's go over to Gallup. So a new poll suggests that Americans may need to look beyond its borders to find a public figure that a majority of Americans feel good about, both from Republicans and Democrats. And there could be many reasons for that. I don't think most Americans know a ton about Prince William or Zelensky, but depending on the media they consume, it's probably been favorable. Here is the question, though, that the poll asked. Please say if you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of that person, or if you've never heard them. That is not the same as asking who can unite the two parties. Prince William was found in 59% favorability, with 18% being like, never heard of him, I have no opinion. So the question wasn't pick the one person who you think can bridge the partisan divide. The question was, tell me what you think of each of these people. Prince William is viewed more favorably by American women. The poll posits that that could be because of the feelings that people still have for Princess Diana and therefore Princess Diana's sons. He's also more popular with older Americans, and they also explain that that could be the affinity left over by Princess Diana. Always look for the original poll when you see it in an article, because this is actually misleading.
Prince William, United States. Now, I'm a little bit shocked by this. I don't know if you are. A US poll of well-known names on the world stage has put Prince William on top, proving just how popular he is across the pond. Now, he's beat the likes of Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and even his father, King Charles. Are you shocked by this?
Yes, I am. I lived in America a long time, and honestly, I think most of them don't know who he is. They really don't. I mean, they're aware of the royals, but some of them didn't even know about Harry until Meghan married him. So I think what has happened here is they were given a list of people, so he's the best of a bad lot. That's basically what happened. I mean, so yeah, he scored 30. I think he's inoffensive to them, so that's probably why. So he got 37%, Zelensky 28%. King Charles, he only got 9%. But Vladimir Putin, minus 85%. So there we go. Trump was minus 14%. I am shocked. I don't think Americans are that bothered about the royals. So as I say, I think they were given a list of names, and this is the.
On his wedding day in 2011, Prince William was given the title Duke of this place. He's now the Duke of Cambridge. Despite living in the US, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle retain their titles Duke and Duchess of this place. Pam.
What is Sussex?
Correct.
Now, while Harry and Meghan and Netflix are making moves, working on their projects, the Middletons are going through some business woes. As per usual, the serial entrepreneur, Kate Middleton's brother, is back at it again with another failed business. And the things with the Middletons is when their businesses fails, there's so many other small businesses that are left empty-handed. No payback for their work, no payback for their products. So it's interesting to me when they, as in the UK press, love to talk about Meghan's mom. Her business, she doesn't have a business that's failing. Well, she doesn't owe millions of dollars for business loans. She doesn't do any of that. She goes to work, she helps people out, she does her yoga, runs her marathons for mental health. She's just a laid back, kind, wonderful woman. Imagine if she was up to the things that the Middletons are up to, or even the Markles.
So the Middletons' money problems continue to make headlines. This is an article by the Evening Standard, a collapsed business and debts in the millions, keeping up with the Middletons. As Party Pieces is sold, leaving small vendors out of pocket, James Middleton appears to be having business woes of his own. And this article is by Luciana Bellini. And she starts the article with, "You would think that marrying into the royal family and being the in-laws of the future king might shield you from money problems and business dramas. But if the latest exploits of the Middletons are anything to go by, that couldn't be farther from the truth." I don't think that Carol Middleton thought that after climbing so hard to the top, they would be falling down this way. She continues, "Earlier this summer, Carol and Michael Middleton were forced to sell off their party supply firm, Party Pieces, after it racked up a debt of $2.6 million, leaving dozens of small businesses out of pocket. Meanwhile, the baby of the clan, serial entrepreneur James Middleton, is facing fresh business woes after it was reported that the assets of his latest venture, Ella & Co., have plummeted. Which makes me really wonder, who are the grifters in this whole story? Because the last time I checked, Harry and Meghan were being accused of being grifters and their businesses being on the ground by the wider British media. But of course, we have not seen a single credible report that Harry and Meghan are having any money issues. You know, less than a month ago, we had James Middleton giving an interview on Good Morning Britain out of nowhere. And I tweeted this the same day. Why is Ad Kensington Royal now pushing this guy out to the public? There's something happening, people. Open your little eyes and ears. He didn't just decide to go on morning television. And of course, I had to throw in some petty hashtags. But I knew there was something going on. There was a reason why they sat this guy down on national television when he has never done that before to talk about mental health and dogs. When he has never talked about this in public, especially not on TV about this, when his sister has been a patron of, mental health causes since she got married. So why now? Why now? This is why. It's called damage control, people, and these people are masters at it. But no. Let's talk about Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan.
Him. But has she changed him for the better? You decide. Well, Narinda, has she?
I don't even know where to start with all that diabolical nonsense that you've just spitted out, Kevin.
Diabolical
where
nonsense?
did you just
The
get
work of
all
art.
of that from? Like this gruesome twosome. They are the most famous, most chicest, most lovely couple
Most
in the
chic.
world.
Most chic.
Yes,
Not most
chicest.
chicest.
They're chicest.
That's a double superlative.
Yeah, they're double. But I
Why
think
bother?
they are the most loveliest couple. They are modern. They are with it.
You've done it
and
again,
they
the
are
most
not
loveliest.
loveliest,
Most lovely.
Listen, if you're going to go around, if this is a grammar lesson, this is a TV show, yeah? This isn't a grammar
It's also a grammar lesson.
No,
I like to
Yes.
think of it as both.
Why do you hate Harry and Meghan so much? What have they done to you? They're not spending your money. They're not spending the taxpayers' money. They're spending their own money. They're earning their own money. What's
Yeah,
it to
look-
you? What's it to anyone?
Kevin,
JJ?
I hate to agree with her, but Narinda's right, actually. Fair play. But
I mean, the guy's book that you thought was a terrible book was the biggest seller. It was one of the best sellers.
no, Kevin loved the book.
Yeah.
He
So,
said he loves
I
it.
love
and
Spare.
Yeah.
And the other thing.
It's just nasty.
No, and you
It was nasty.
And the other thing is,
That's why I liked it.
You said he was nasty about Camilla. She deserves it. I'm sorry. What is there nice to say about Camilla, who, by the way, destroyed his mother's life? And you think he's going to sit there saying, "Oh, I love Camilla. She was so nice to my mother." Come on, Kevin. Come on.
I knew I'd regret asking
Like,
you back.
wow! Why would anyone write anything nice about Camilla? The woman is nasty.
Why?
And also,
Wow, wait a
she's
second. Narinda.
nasty.
Even JJ's going to disagree.
And also, coming off the whole Camilla thing, William, the little bully brother. He's a bully
the
brother.
bully brother.
He's a bully. The
That's
man,
true.
He
did-
attacked
he knocked
Harry.
him out
Who does
he fell
that?
in the dog bowl, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and his necklace fell off. And can I just say also to both of you, how you sit there saying that Harry's wrong in all of this? Harry's right. And you know, Meghan is
Yeah,
good
he should
for
have
him.
gone after the dog bowl incident.
Meghan.
Wait a second, I'm going to make...
And then let's get on to Kate. Let's get on to Kate. The snobbery of that woman. The way she treated Meghan. All of our
Snobbery of
that woman. Snobbery of Kate Middleton, who
gosh.
herself has got no blue blood and she's sitting there.
No blue blood?
None. And she sat there giving Meghan the dirty looks in the church. That's mean.
Gosh, are you finished?
Oh my God, I feel like I've just had
royal family should reinstate Prince Harry's military honours, and they should honour and respect whatever path they choose to take. And now, the qualification that I give behind my reasoning is that I'm a veteran, and as Prince Harry was, I served in Afghanistan on the ground, did 2 tours, just the same as Prince Harry. And actually, one of the tours that he was on overlapped with one of mine.
Really?
Now, anyone that served will tell you that the Iraq and Afghan conflict, no matter your political view, it was horrendous.
Yes.
The toll on your mental health, the toll on those who didn't come back, the families, life and limb. Now, Prince Harry, let's not forget, he did two of those tours. So I believe he's paid his debt to his country. And if you look all throughout history, the physical security of a nation and its citizens have been guaranteed by young men and women who have been willing to go put their lives at risk and pay the ultimate price, which he has done. So before anything else, I do urge people to never forget that and to remember that.
Are you surprised by how easily and how quickly that has been overlooked?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I am now. Thanks to you, I'm flipping reeling. You're absolutely on it.
I lost another similarity I have with Prince Harry is that I lost my mum at a young age, so I understand what it feels like. And the statements that they're kind of blaming this on Prince Harry not taking it well, not taking his mother's loss, I think that's a real slap in the face to a man who served on the ground. He was a platoon commander. He led men in action, on men and women. So on his first tour, and then on his second tour as an Apache pilot. So the thought that everyone blaming Meghan and saying that a man who has done such incredible things under the intensity of combat cannot make his own decisions is ludicrous.
Can I ask you a tricky question? And if you don't have an answer to it, then don't be embarrassed to say so. How? Because I think a lot of us with no military service, which is of course almost all of us, and then when you expand that to include people who didn't do a tour in Afghanistan or Iraq, it's almost everybody. How insulated was he by dint of his status from some of the dangers and realities that you, for example, would have been exposed to?
I can't.
Fair play.
To be honest, I can't speak. I can't give you an accurate answer because I didn't. It was a very well kept. His safety was guaranteed, but he was not insulated. I don't believe he was insulated.
Well, I mean, an IED or a missile attack upon a military base in Afghanistan is not going to be able to work out who's a member of the royal family and who isn't, is it?
Absolutely. So, in my view, I'd say no, he wasn't shielded. He was on the ground patrolling. Yeah. It was just that the only shielding he had was that the press weren't able to let anyone know. Otherwise, obviously, he would be a massive target. Now, on the second tour that he did...
Just let me pause you there, because obviously he would be a massive target, and that just puts a completely different complexion on their complaints about not being afforded royal protection on Civvy Street, doesn't it? Why would he be more of a target in a theatre of war than he would be outside a theatre of war? He's a target for the same reason, isn't he?
Yeah, so can I just...
Yes, of course you can.
Just touch on this point. I thought about the irony of the fact that here is a royal who fought for his country and risked his life to protect his country, who is now having his own protection withdrawn from him.
So the interviewer was just asking what would not guarantee someone a second date, and I have to agree with Zendaya. If you say you don't like Beyonce, for me personally, that's going to be a no from me. It's going to be a no from me. As in, I would not date someone or be in a relationship with someone who doesn't like Beyonce. I've got many reasons for it, but that's just my opinion. Like, it just doesn't sit well with me. And I think everyone has their person. Like, if you hate on Meghan Markle, I can never date you. Like, ever. If you hate on Beyonce, I can never date you. Like, you wouldn't get a second date. If I find out your opinions, you probably wouldn't even get a first date. That's how I feel.
So it's Meghan Markle's birthday today. And I think this was from either last night or the night before. Either way, I think she looks beautiful, as always. But most of all, I love just how irrationally angry it makes, like, some of the idiots on here. Typically always the people that are aging like milk. No matter how much you hate her, Harry's never gonna notice you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.